A leading candidate has emerged to perhaps become Iran's next supreme leader, and President Trump is already reacting to the possible picks.
Now, meanwhile, the U.S. Senate is expected to vote today on a resolution that could limit Trump's ability to conduct the conflict. Scripps News Group's chief Washington correspondent Joe St. George joins us live from Washington this morning. Joe, what are you learning?
Well, first off, I think it's important to lead with the names, right, of who has paid the ultimate sacrifice in the conflict thus far. The Pentagon revealing, the U.S. Army revealing 4 of the 6 fallen service members so far who have died in this Operation Epic Fury. Sergeant First Class Nicole Ammer of Minnesota. Sergeant Declan Cody was just 20 years of age from Des Moines, Iowa. Captain Cody Quirk, 35, from Florida. Sergeant First Class Noah Tetchens from Bellevue, Nebraska. Army reservists killed in Kuwait and the initial retaliation from Iran. As you mentioned it, guys, this revelation happening as the Pentagon reveals that the first few days of Operation Epic Fury has resulted in double the number of strikes on Iran than what Iraq saw in the beginning of the 2003 Iraq War in that famous shock and awe campaign. That just gives you some perspective of how much military might is in the Middle East. All of this occurring as Washington is seeing who's going to lead Iran next. Who's the next supreme leader of Iran? Mustafa Khamenei is a name that is emerging this morning as a possible successor. If that name sounds familiar, the son of the late supreme leader who was killed in airstrikes on Saturday by U.S. and Israeli forces. If Mustafa Khamenei becomes the next supreme leader of Iran, that's a victory for hardliners who want to see the current Iranian regime continue. President Trump telling reporters yesterday that there have been so many fatalities, so many casualties in Iran that the list of potential successors that they thought would lead the country, those people have been killed, and they don't have really an accurate indication of who may lead. Who leads Iran's important because it will dictate how long the fighting goes on. Does someone pick up the phone and try and strike a deal with President Trump or not? You mentioned it, the U.S. Senate expected to vote today on a war powers resolution that could limit President Trump's ability to conduct the war. Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia has been one of the senators really leading that effort, but we do not expect Senator Kaine's resolution to pass. It will be likely viewed as a victory for the Trump administration when that vote occurs.